Hi everyone, welcome to Becoming Aware. So I wanted to create a space where I can just kind of talk about like what's on my mind, or like just an outlet for me to get out what I'm always thinking about. And it's typically stuff like this, like everything mindset, manifestation, even like conspiracy theories. I just like to explore those. So I wanted an outlet to, somewhere where I could talk it out and then also somewhere I could share it with other people so that they can maybe like start their journey of becoming more aware. Yeah, so today is all about the law of attraction. I wanted to talk about that and The Secret. So The Secret is a documentary or it was also a book, and it was all about the law of attraction. It was one of the first documentaries or books that came out about the law of attraction or anything of the sorts. So it was kind of like a revolutionary thing at the time, but it's all about, how our thoughts can attract different things into our reality. So how I was introduced to this series, this is the first thing that I ever saw about the law of attraction or anything like remotely close to it. And so that is so weird. I think I had a dream that I was missing my ring and I'm now missing it. That is so weird, and I just noticed that. Anyways, so my dad, he had a spiritual awakening, you could say, when he was younger. I mean, obviously it was in the past, but anyways, when we were younger, me and my brother, I was in probably like 5th grade. He showed me and my brother The Secret, the documentary, and we were just on our way to like Florida or something, and he was like, okay, let's watch this while we're on our way down there. And we were like, okay. We had no idea like what it was going to be, and we just kept watching it, and we were like, oh my gosh, like what is this, like is this really possible, and like blah blah blah. And so yeah, we were just thinking like, oh my gosh, like it's possible to like just think of oh, I can make this much money and I can make it. So that's like whenever I first got introduced to it, and it really like, I guess, opened my eyes to a lot of things and made me more conscious of the thoughts that I was thinking. And I think that is really what made me who I am now. And since then I've done so much more research, so much more practice, and I've seen different things in my life that it has affected, and I've seen it happen in other people's lives as well. So I want to talk about the law of attraction and everything that I've learned since then, and just the basics, I guess, today, and then we can get into all the little nuances in other videos or podcasts. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first we need to talk about energy and how everything is literally energy. So one thing that I'll start with is we're made up of atoms, okay? And atoms, they're 99.999% space. And so if we're made up of mostly space, we're only made up of 0.0001 of space, percent of space. Like, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, so we're just mostly empty space. And so that gets into a whole other realm of like, okay, like, are we in some kind of simulation? Like, was anything real? But anyways, so what does that empty space consist of? It's energy. We're made up of mostly energy. Everything is energy. Everything is vibrating. And we can get into a whole lot of other different things like the scale of consciousness, different vibration levels, but that'll be for another time. Sorry if you hear my cats. Everything is energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. And so, okay, whenever you think of something, that requires some kind of energy to think. Your brain requires food to function, so it needs energy to function. And whenever you think, it's pushing out energy, it's pushing out information. And so that's basically the premise of the law of attraction or manifestation, is our thoughts create our reality. So it's essentially like our thoughts, you know, they send out these messages to the universe or to the ether or to God, whatever you want to call it. And our reality responds to us. It goes into a lot of other things like programs, like paradigms, different paradigms or programs that we've had in the past, different cycles that happen in our lives. What happened to us in our childhood has an effect on our subconscious mind and our programs that we have now. But let's save that for another video. I can get so in the weeds with all of that. But essentially, our thoughts create our reality. Our perception creates our reality. What we expect is given to us through our reality. And so if you think about it, like our reticular activative system, reticular activation, I don't know what it's called, something like that, reticular activating system. So that's like, have you heard of like, oh, okay, like whenever I want a car, a specific car, it starts showing up everywhere. Has that ever happened to you? Or like I hear a new name and then all of a sudden I meet 5 people with that name, or whatever it is. I'm sure you all have had the car instance happen to you, but I have had that happen to me multiple times where I just start seeing this car that I haven't never noticed before. And so it's the same kind of thing. When we familiarize ourselves internally with different things, our reality, or we are going to start to notice different things in our life that's going to bring that same thing back to us, if that makes sense. So we think about the car, we see the car. Okay, now what if you thought about the car in a different way? Maybe you would see the car in a different way, you know? So it's the same kind of thing, same kind of premise with the law of attraction. And there are so many stories of people, you know, practicing different techniques that are in The Secret or in the book The Secret, and they've attracted money into their lives, different objects, relationships. There are so many different stories out there that have allowed these people to attract things into their lives that they never before would have if they hadn't, you know, done these practices. And one that I remember, this guy had taped $100 bill on his ceiling, and I think it was $100 bill. I think it was $100 bill. Or it might have been a check. I think it was a check. It was a check with a certain amount of money on it. And it was like a big number. So every morning he would wake up, he would look at that check, and you know, day after day, he would see that check. And then all of a sudden, one day, he receives that lump sum of money. Somehow, I forget. But it's just like different things like that will happen. And stuff like that has happened in my life as well. And it's kind of really mind-blowing because, you know, you may think, okay, maybe it's, I start to notice different opportunities that will lead me to that goal of mine, that, you know, whatever it is, that amount of money, that object, whatever. Or is it the universe conspiring in different ways to bring what you have in your mind, what you hold in your mind to you? I believe that your beliefs create your reality. You are the creator. So even like the Bible, it talks about, okay, God created you, but everyone has God within them and they are their own creators. And so, you know, even in the Bible, it talks about knock and you shall receive, ask and the door shall be open. Or no, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door shall be open. So even like in every single religion, there's some kind of similarities there as well, that refer to something similar to the law of attraction. And so I just think it's mind-blowing that, so many different sources have information about, attracting things into your life, like prayer or, whatever it is. But attracting things into your life through just prayer or affirmations or, just changing your thoughts. And I think it's insane that, it's not more recognized, because it is in so many different sources that are kind of unrelated. So I just think that's super interesting, little side note. But anyways, we could get into prayer our whole nother time. I think that the power of prayer and just elevated emotion with intention is, so powerful. And I guess that's what the law of attraction is actually. But so they talk about like not only just changing your thoughts, okay, but they talk about visualizing, feeling the emotions of what it's like to have what you already have, but feeling that feeling now and visualizing what it would be like now. So one of the examples that I remember they give in the Secret is, okay, and they show like this guy in like this recliner, and he they have like a cool cinematic thing where like, okay, they like transform it and he's like actually in the car. You want to visualize every single detail that it is that what you want. So if you're wanting to manifest a car, okay, you would want to practice visualizing what it would be like to be in the car, to get in the car, to hold the steering wheel, to, okay, look out of the windshield, to maybe pull down your little visor thing, look in the mirror, put it back up. What it'd be like to shift gears, what it'd be like to play some music, what did the stitching look like, what it'd be like to like roll down the window, oh, how nice is that button, every single detail that you can think of. That's what it talks about, as well as like visualizing and feeling the emotions that you would feel if you had that car. Like, how happy would you be? How excited would you be to like get in this car every day? Or maybe it would just be, natural for you. So it's familiarizing yourself with your future self with that thing. And then, either you are going to start taking different actions that will lead you towards that car, or the universe is going to conspire to somehow bring you that car. I know my dad had told me a story about him manifesting this boat that he has now. And he had set this intention that he wanted a boat, or he wanted a boat. And so he didn't know like how he was going to, afford this boat. He didn't know how he was going to get it. Whatever. So he was just like set that intention, and I'm sure he did some like visualizations or whatever. But he said that one of his friends, like a friend of a friend or something, had called him up. They were trying to get rid of this boat, and he got this boat for like super cheap. And he was like, oh my gosh, like, and I had he said I had visualized this like blue stripe or something, and the boat had this blue stripe. And so it's just crazy. Like different stories like that have happened. But the power of visualization, the power of your thoughts, the power of your feelings too, when all of those three are combined, it is so powerful. And I guess that's all I have to say for now. I could get into so much more detail, but I won't in this video. Like limiting beliefs, our childhood traumas, how we need to, take action, different things like that, that also play a role in the law of attraction, and different strategies as well to help bring things into fruition. We could go on for hours and hours and hours, but that's, I guess, all I have for today. But I hope you enjoyed this, and it was really fun talking about this. It was a lot easier than I thought. I thought I was gonna have to have something prepared, but I just was talking. So yeah, this was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to want me to talk about anything in particular. But yeah, share this with a friend or like it, leave a comment. Yeah, thanks. Hope to see you next time.